the truck behind me is the newly launched Toyota Hilux GR Sport. I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about this very exciting new Hilux. But before we go any further, as usual, a quick word from our sponsor. Remember when diesel was just diesel? Remember all that black smoke that used to bellow out of trucks and buses? Well, BH Petrol completely changed the game when it became the first company in Malaysia to introduce Euro 5 diesel. Now, BH Petrol's Infinity Euro 5 diesel is different from the rest because it features German diesel performance package additives. Now, these additives go into your engine, clean out all the deposits that have formed from years before, giving you maximum performance and maximum fuel efficiency. In fact, power loss is rated at less than 2%. That is an amazing feature, guys. That is an amazing figure as well. Now, BH Petrol's Infinity Euro 5 diesel is available in two variants, B7 and B10 as well. So the next time you're bought at BH Petrol using Infinity Euro 5 diesel, know that you're making the right choice. Let's first start from the exterior. Well, there are a couple of highlights that distinguish this from the regular Hilux, such as the gloss black front grille, and there's a couple of other highlights around the exterior that mark it out as a Hilux GR Sport, gloss black finishing here, and the new 18-inch wheels that are completely of a different design as compared to the regular Hilux as well. At the back here, you get a new sports bar, and then you get some GR badging as well, and basically not much else except for some gloss black finishing around the bumper. To regular eyes, to familiar eyes, you might think that it looks same old, and you wouldn't be wrong either, but there's a real trick up its sleeve, and that's down here in the suspension. The suspension has been updated to give the Hilux a more of a sportier feel. There's still a leaf spring suspension at the back here, but the absorbers are now a little bit more stiffer. Not to carry more weight, but to give the Hilux a more of a sportier feel. But besides the cosmetics and the suspension upgrades, there's not much that has been updated in terms as far as the powertrain is concerned. There's still the 2.8-litre turbocharged engine producing about 204 PS and 500 Nm of torque. It's still mated to the same 6-speed gearbox, and basically it's a tried, tested, proven and very reliable powertrain. Same old, but that's not a bad thing. On the inside, well, it's still pretty much business as usual as well. However, the seats, together with the GR branding that has been stitched into the headrest, are from the Fortuner. They do have this suede-like finishing, which gives it, of course, the most sportier feel and touch. But as far as differences go, these seats and the steering wheel are the biggest differentiation factor between the the Hilux Sport compared to the non-GR Hiluxes. There are, however, GR branding almost everywhere around the interior. It's on the start button, it's on the car pads, and basically on the steering wheel and other places as well. But as far as differentiation goes, I guess current Hilux owners will find this the same. So in terms of driving the new Toyota Hilux GR Sport, well, they may call it a sport model, but the fact of the matter is most of the updates are actually just simply badges and, you know, gloss black kind of thing sprinkled around the exterior as well as the interior, and GR emblems placed in very convenient places such as the start button as well as on the steering wheel. This steering wheel, in fact, is from the Fortuner, so are the seats. But however, they are not wrapped in leather. In true sporting form, they are wrapped in suede-like material. So no leather here. And even the steering wheel, as I said earlier, is from the Fortuner. But I think it's a welcome update because the Hilux was starting to feel a little bit old. In terms of the power, as I said earlier, there is no update, still the same 2.8 litre engine, turbocharged engine, making about 204 PS and 500 Newton meters of torque. This is a car where power simply does not matter because it's still a proper workhorse. The Hilux is one of those cars that, well, basically sell themselves. I was talking to my friends here in the car earlier, and I was telling them that I recently got back from Thailand, and we were on a riding trip to the very north with the border with Myanmar as well as Laos, up in the mountains where even phone reception was scarce. Well, 9 out of 10 cars in those regions were a Hilux. It simply goes to show that when it comes to isolated places where, you know, access to spare parts might be a bit difficult to get, and you know, you'll still find a Hilux, simply because perhaps reliability and access to spare parts, perhaps it's just easier to fix when, you know, shit hits the fan. But a Hilux is a Hilux, and it might be a GR Sport, it might have that, it might want to be a sports truck, but it will never be a Raptor. And well, I don't know if Toyota has an answer to the Raptor, perhaps in the States, or perhaps they do have something that they're going to come up with. But as for now, the Hilux is still very much a proper workhorse. There is one update though to the GR Hilux, the Hilux GR Sport, and that is the suspension. Toyota says that even though it still retains that leaf spring suspension, the absorber has been reworked and it's been stiffened, in fact, to give it a sportier feel. What does this result in on the road? Well, you can't really tell because the Hilux always had that hop and skip kind of driving character on the road because of the suspension that is better tuned to towing and carrying. Toyota says that the suspension has been updated. We'll believe them. So that's it then, guys. The biggest updates to the new Toyota Hilux GR Sport in Malaysia now for a shade under 160,000 ringgit. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.